Ken, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
What has the last 72 hours been like?
It's been a whirlwind. We had our celebration victory party, got about 3 hours worth of sleep, and then we actually had our first transition meeting. So we just went right into it on Sunday afternoon. Diane Watts is actually co-chairing our transition team with former Deputy City Manager James Ridge, former Councillor Tung Chan, our council team, our campaign team, and Kareem Alam. And so it's been absolutely crazy. And then obviously a lot of media. I think I had 7 interviews yesterday. I have 9 today. Plus we're meeting with the city manager. So a lot of things going on.
You made news during your speech of talking passionately about what it meant to be the first Chinese British Columbia to be mayor of Vancouver. I'm wondering what you've heard from older Chinese British Columbians over the last couple days who may not have thought this day would ever have come.
I'm actually going to get a little emotional here. Like it's been incredibly overwhelming. Like people have been coming up to me in tears, because my family story actually resonated with a lot of people because they saw, like, that was their family story too. And a lot of people didn't think this day would come.
Were you surprised by that a little? I know we talked about this 4 years ago and it wasn't quite as much of a thing that you talked about.
No. Am I surprised? A little bit, but I remember when I was putting the speech together in the hopes of winning this thing, I think I cried the first 10 times I went through it. Like I was just hit with a lot of emotion. It wasn't about me. I was just thinking of my parents and their journey, and it was a crazy feeling. So no, I'm not surprised in hindsight.
So let's talk about what the first few weeks of Ken Sim as mayor of Vancouver looks like. What sort of important first steps from a symbolic perspective do you want citizens to know about how you're going to be mayor of this city?
Yeah, well, we're going to be incredibly inclusive, and we're going to be listening to the residents. Super happy that we have an amazing team of councillors that are going to be leading the charge as well. And there shouldn't be any surprises. We ran on a 94-point platform that the residents of Vancouver overwhelmingly endorsed. And so that basically will serve as a 4-year roadmap to the major substantive things that we're going to be doing.
94 points, but you can only do a few of them in those first couple months, especially in the first budget, which comes your way, within a month of becoming mayor. So what are some of those first priorities that people are going to see?
Yeah, the 2 big ones that we talked about during the campaign is, one, hiring 100 additional police officers and 100 mental health nurses to, have a more empathetic and effective way of dealing with some of the challenges that we have on our streets right now. And then 2, speeding up the permitting process, because it doesn't matter what we do with rezoning or approving. Like if our projects, our housing projects, are stuck in permitting hell, so to speak, and we're waiting 6 to 12 years for social housing or a for-market condo building, we're not going to make any progress on housing whatsoever. So we're going to be speeding up the process.
There's a provincial NDP government that oftentimes, when they're under the hot seat, they say there was 16 years of a previous government. It takes time to change things. At what point should Vancouverites start holding you accountable? It's not day one, of course, but for making concrete action on housing affordability, on homelessness, and all these critical issues?
Well, day one. Look, we're not talking about the past. The past is over. We can't change the past. And so, I'm holding myself accountable. Our councillors are holding themselves accountable. Now, I want people to understand this stuff will take time, especially on the housing front, and we will have some false starts and we will make mistakes along the way, but hold us accountable now, because at the end of the day, we still have our challenges, be it public safety or housing attainability, and these are the challenges that we want to solve.
You talked in one debate about the Toyota method. You're a systems guy. I guess what's interesting about City Hall from that perspective for you as you start sinking your teeth into this?
Well, you can, just from the outside looking on in, there's a lot of opportunity. And so I think, based on what we've seen, we have amazing people at the City of Vancouver that are working in a broken system. And so we just have to improve the system, and it'll make things go a lot faster, and it'll actually create an even better environment for our team members at the city. And, the goal at the City of Vancouver, we want the City of Vancouver to be a best employer. So, we will win the recruiting wars. When people are looking at a place to, work, they'll actually think of the City of Vancouver. And so we're excited about the opportunity.
Is Vancouver a fun enough city the way it is right now? What are you going to do, or what do you think can be done to improve that?
Well, I don't want to throw Vancouver under the bus. It's a city I love. I think it's an incredible place. But no, we have a lot of work to do on the fun file. And so that's exactly what we're going to do, be it the Granville Entertainment District, Gastown, Yaletown, Chinatown. We already have a bunch of individuals in the community that are giving us great ideas on what we should be implementing. And we look forward to making Vancouver a lot more fun.